Welcome back. Now, for many, a new year means a chance to kickstart and move to healthier habits. And for those of us who indulge this holiday season, what better time to start than now? It may seem overwhelming, but experts say the best thing to do is to keep it simple. Eat nutritious, whole foods like fruits and vegetables, keep hydrated, get in some daily exercise and try to develop a healthy sleep routine. That may seem like intimidating list. This is probably why I'm stumbling. So let's get some perspective from Giulia Criscuolo, who is a pharmacist, complementary medicines expert and life coach. Thank you so much for your time, Giulia. I'm stumbling all over the place because that's a very lengthy list and very overwhelming, and I'm sure this is why many people say, this is not for me, I cannot be healthy, it's too much work. But maybe just some tips about how to start this. Many say I would rather want to start in the beginning of the year so I can get into the routine, but often people drop the ball throughout the year. Maybe some tips on how to sustain this.
Yes, Heidi, I think to be realistic and begin where you are. Just accept this is where I am at the moment, and what one small step can I take each week to move towards the goal that I'd really like. That could be, being healthier, perhaps, losing weight, but getting healthy, getting strong and fit in your body, from self-love as opposed to an external goal. I've got to look a certain way because I've got to, be fit in and be liked. If the goal comes from the inside, in terms of self-love, feeling healthy and well, then take one small step towards that goal every week. For example, it might be as simple as, instead of having 3 teaspoons of sugar in my tea every day, maybe I'll have 2 teaspoons of sugar in my tea. And perhaps I'll wake up 10 minutes earlier in the morning and go for a walk around the block. So I really believe in keeping things simple and realistic, and really get clear about what is it that you are working towards. What is your goal and why? That's very important, because if you know why you're doing something, then you can usually deal with the hows and also the challenges that will inevitably come along.
I mean, you touched on important issues here, keeping it simple, realistic, and why you're doing it. I think everybody's goals are very different. I might have different goals compared to you or somebody else, and oftentimes you get overwhelmed by what somebody else wants and somebody else is doing, and you forget about what your own goals are. And I think that becomes an issue, especially with the overindulgence during the holiday and the festive season, because some might say, oh, I only gained 1 kilogram, or I gained 5 kilograms because I had so much fun this festive season. That also becomes overwhelming. How do you deal with that?
I think it's important to come back to yourself, just me. Because if we start comparing and looking outside of ourselves, as you said, Heidi, it can be overwhelming. And also there's so much information out there. So coming back to just me, myself, my interior world, my own body, what is it that really matters to me? What lights me up inside? What motivates me? What do I get excited about? What do I deeply care about? And bring that external focus back to yourself and find on the inside, what is it that stirs your heart, that moves you to want to make a change for the better, for feeling healthier and well.
Yes, sorry to interject there. I just want to ask about, and just lastly, with regards to these detox diets that many people go on, oftentimes, they might give you instant results, but long term they are unsustainable and could actually be a bit of a health risk. How do we go about detoxifying, but also doing it in the best way possible that's suitable for your goals and your body? And also the element of sleep. I'm very guilty of this. Sleep is so important, and because life is so busy, you oftentimes think, oh, it's fine, I'll be okay with 2 to 3 hours of sleep. But that's not the case, and that actually really impacts your health, doesn't it?
Yes, for sure. And I think detox diets are a great a way to, on a short-term basis, to give the body a bit of a break. But the important thing is, or the good news is, that your body is naturally detoxifying all the time through your liver, your kidneys, your colon, your skin. So it's doing it anyway, very, very intelligently and very well. But we can help it along. So, for example, you might just take a week and do vegetable juices and lots of good clean water and maybe some herbal teas. Be aware of your own condition. If you have diabetes or any other condition, manage your blood sugar levels, etc. But on a general basis, perhaps doing a vegetable juice for a week will give the body a chance to repair, rebuild. Vegetable juices, for example, are very high in nutrients, especially your green foods like spirulina, barley grass, chlorella. Add those to your juices, and can do that for maybe a couple of days or a week, because we know that, for example, spirulina is very detoxifying the body. It helps that whole process. And I think it's important to listen to your body, because when you do detoxify, you are taking in much less nutrients and very little protein. So manage your energy level and listen to your own body. If you need to add in some extra protein, then do that. But let your body be your guide. And I think it is, important to do it mindfully. Perhaps consult a health expert to give you some guidance, especially if you do have health issues. But it's good to give the body a bit of a break, especially after the festive season, when sometimes we do tend to overdo it. A nice short period of time of having lots of fresh fruit and vegetables, lots of water, can be very beneficial for the body when done consciously and managed well.
Okay, thank you so much for those insights. I think it's important for us to all remember that we must do what works for us, and also you have one body, so look after it. That was Giulia Criscuolo, who's a pharmacist, complementary medicines expert and life coach.